Hello, I'm Motuvius Rex, and I'd like to welcome you to my shop online called the Weeping Goth, where I sell wands, scepters, ornamental and ritual accoutrements. I'd like to show you a small process of kind of how this goes and what I have for sale and why things cost, I guess, really what I'm asking for them. I make anything from like handmade kind of journal magical grimoires that you can put your own thoughts into, or ritual work, spells. I make wands, which definitely have a process. I may try to explain that in writing somewhere when I post these up. I have many of them. Some of these are not totally finished. I just keep making them. Scepters, which are much larger. I have my own wand here. Some of these things I definitely use refurbished materials on. Some of these materials are very old. This is a very old Hindu Shiva Trishula. There's no telling how old that is. Some of these things I have inherited over the years. Getting older, deaths in the family. I have a lot of interesting people that have been in my family, artists, and a lot of jewelry, and so I buy jewelry and tools, and I make these things. And so some of these things are items that there's no telling how old they are, and there's other parts of these items that are brand new. I buy beads. I also go through all of these beads that I've inherited, and I've started going to flea markets and things to take old jewelry and give it new life. For one, it's cheaper, and for two, it's cooler. It's more interesting than just beads that you get at Joann's Crafts or wherever. We won't talk about Hobby Lobby. But even just some of these bags of beads from Joann's Crafts that I just bought today, that I use for supplemental beading, because I can't use everything old. The old stuff isn't always uniform, and sometimes I need uniformity, especially because I like black. So I get a lot of black wooden beads. I have some black glass beads, black agate, a lot of metal beads. Most of the stuff's metal, but even, you know, blues, paint. By the time that you get a small bag full of crap just to make some jewelry with, you get a receipt after you pay for it for about 40 bucks, and you didn't get very much stuff. So I do try to order some stuff in bulk, and I do try to refurbish a lot of stuff. And I use faux leather. It's very close. It's very nice, actually. It feels like real leather. It's just that I don't really like animal cruelty or want to support it if I can help it, ever. And so you will notice that most of my products are made with faux leather, and things that try not to hurt anybody. Animals, people, whatever I can. my stuff is art. It's not just like jewelry. So I do find some just cool old stuff that, you know, I might find it and it's just so cool as it is, vintage, that I'm gonna resell it. And I mean, some of it's just cool and I leave it alone. But most things I end up altering. And when I do, they're somewhat elaborate. This is a Leviathan cross. This is my prized piece, really. I mean, that metal, that's definitely vintage. This was from my mom, actually. I'm not particularly keen on selling it, but I will for the right price. But I do love this piece. I wear it and I'll sell it. Most of the stuff, I wear some of it myself, but mostly I don't. Mostly I'm just making this stuff. And you'll see on here a lot of glass beads that are from older jewelry. Things like this that didn't look anything like that when I found it. And so I've completely altered it into some nice ritual wear. I've got some taupey stuff. I've got some new taupey stuff that is, it's cooler than this, but it'll cost more than this. This one was kind of easier to make, but it's still a nice taupey medallion. My Thelema medallion. I'm very proud of this one as well. And that medallion that it's on it's heavy. It's very heavy. It's metal. I think I listed on there that it's pewter. It could be bronze. I don't know, but it's pretty heavy. A lot of this stuff I find all over the place. I dig around. You could make jewelry yourself. You don't have to buy my jewelry. You could track stuff down, find these kind of interesting things that I find. But if you don't want to have to do that, you can just buy it from my shop, and that'd be great. I think you'll find if you try to make your own that it will cost you almost as much as what you're buying it for. The only way I'm able to make it as cheap as I can is by buying things in bulk. So I don't know if you need 100 necklaces. Maybe you would like to have 100 necklaces. I don't know. But also, I'm selling these rings from Tibet and Nepal that are handmade, and they are they're all different. These cuff bracelets, which I love, and I'm not going to be able to turn much profit on them in order to be able to compete with the online market, especially from other countries. So I'm trying to ask what I can and still make a profit. And the only reason why I'm explaining this to you is I'm not being greedy. I actually love this stuff. I put things on hats. I have a lot of hats, and I like to decorate things up. I'm a big hat. This is my prize hat and my oldest hat, and I love it. And I never want. It's getting old and a little decrepit like I am. But yes, I very much love it. And this piece that's on it is God knows how ancient. I had an artist relative that had a partner that was a museum curator, and like when he died, I just got tons of cool stuff. So much, in fact, that I don't want to get rid of a lot of things, but and like that thing, for instance, I never will. Or that Trishula, I mean, I'll never get rid of that. But I will also do custom pieces. Like when I'm doing wands, I like to use personal items. I use pieces from deceased relatives. I use a wrapping process. It's a binding process. They're very tough, but they are art, and so They're strong, but you know, you have to treat them with care. You can't just throw them around. These things are made with ritual process, and they're not like for like Harry Potter fans and just, you know, Halloween and stuff. This is real esoteric tradition, alchemy, the great work, searching for your inner rebus. And who isn't? But anyway, this shop is for, I guess, not surface type stuff. It is an occult shop, and it is ritually intended, even though it is fun to wear. I like my beads, you know. This is a refurbished piece, even with some new stuff on it. Anyway, welcome to the Weeping Goth. I'm gonna try to sell some things that I like and share them with people. I am also generally available if you're in Louisville at the dark market, which because of COVID-19 we have not been able to do since February was the last one, late February. We do have a dark arts kind of nighttime oddities flea market. A lot of different types of stuff. So if you're in Louisville, you can come by my shop there. I also play with the Kentucky Vampires, and you might be able to catch some of my stuff at a booth if I am touring through your area, which as of right now with COVID-19 is not happening. So it's online only. And thank you very much for spending a few minutes to hear me out. And hey, if you wonder why I was squinting the whole time, it's because I was trying to be fucking sexy and not wear my damn bifocals, because I'm old. When really, I mean, these look fine. But sometimes you just get insecure about it. I don't know, self-conscious. You want to be young again. And it can't happen. It's painful. So I should wear my glasses when I do video. But I don't really want to shoot it again, so yeah, I was squinting a lot.